Whereas my force is, it looks sloppy. It doesn't look like you're doing a trick. It looks like the cards are going anywhere. So when a spectator picks a card, it looks impossible because the cards are that sloppy and they're picking a card, and yet I'm still knowing which card they're picking. I started doing this in marketplaces, selling magic tricks, and what I used to do is every customer used to come over, I should actually force a card on them. Then I got better and better, and now every magic circle, every magician wants to know how it's done. Hi, I'm Dave.
Hi Dave, nice to meet you.
I'm here to entertain you and I'm going to show you a card trick.
Okay.
Can you pick a card for me?
Yes.
Anyone you want?
There we go.
Yeah. Could you show the camera, please? And put your King of Hearts in there.
Well, there's no point now, you know what it is. That's good.
This is the secret of how the trick works. So for practicing, you've got the ace, 2, 3, 4 on the top. Okay? Swing cut. There's a break. Now it's on timing as well. So there's a break. So when you spread, that's going to be the ace. Remember, this is for practicing and performing. So even though you're practicing, you're still performing as well. So when you're spreading, there's the ace, there's a 2, there's a 3, there's a 4. So when they're picking the card, it's like slow motion. You'll see their hand coming over. They'll either pick that, but then you still have to keep spreading the card. Don't stop, because it doesn't look very good. So same again when you're practicing. If you go to the next person, walk around, put your ace, 2, 3, 4 back on the top. Remember, this is the only way you can practice when you're doing it for live. So swing cut, there's the break. When you spread, when you're going faster, you can't see a break, but you know where it is. So they'll pick the ace, 2, 3, 4, but you have to keep spreading the cards, even when they take the card out. Now I've went through the 1, 2, 3, 4. When you start getting better and better, you're going to take a card away. So I'll take the 4 away. I'll just throw it over there. So you've got the ace, 2, 3. Same again, swing cut. There's a break. When you spread, you know 1, 2, 3. Right? When you get better, you do it with 2 cards. Ace, 2. Swing cut. There's the break. Spread, you know there's an ace. There's the 2. When you get to 2 cards, don't bother with the ace. I'm going to put them down. So now you could ask someone to name any card. Go through, see it was 8 of hearts, put the 8 hearts on the top. Swing cut, you know it's there. When you spread, you know the 8's there, and you can force their card what they've named and what's the reaction. Good thing about this trick is it's angle proof, so it doesn't matter how many people's round you, you can't get caught. Okay? So I'm going to show you a right way and a wrong way. This is the right way. Look through. Could you do me a favour? Could you pick a card for me, please? Anyone you want? 2 diamonds again. Right, and I'm going to show you the wrong way. Even though it looks right, it's not. Could you pick a card for me, please? Remember the card? Mm-hmm. Put it back. Is it a Jack of Diamonds?
Yes. Sorry.
What he'd done is he thought he was going to pick a 2 of diamonds again, right? But me being cheeky, I made him pick the Jack of Diamonds, okay? So if I said to you, pick a Jack of Diamonds, right? Okay? But the good thing about this is, I'm going to show you again, this is the wrong way. Could you pick one? And all of a sudden you stop at the card. You just stop. It looks all right, but it's not what I'm learning. I'm teaching, sorry. Right, this is the way you do it. Could you pick one for me, please? And you carry on spreading, even though he's picked the Jack again. When you're learning my force, it's good, you're going to get some awkward people, right? Where they'll just reach in and grab any card. Don't panic. So if I said, can you pick a card? And you miss, doesn't matter. Ask them to remember the card. Put it back, please. Remember, there's their card again. Could you pick a different one? Sorry? Any. And be their card. So I'll do it once more. Same again. If they miss and they pick a card, thank you. It doesn't matter, don't panic. The card goes back on. If they miss again, don't panic. Remember, that's their card, the first card. So if you're going through, I'll just leave that there. If you're going through and they miss, I know that's their first card there, bring it to the top. Just remember that card. Now we've got 2 cards on top, and it's up to you which way you bring it to the top. I just do the pass, and I know they're on the top, and I'll go the first card, and then it's up to you which way you want to change it to the second card. Okay? Another thing is troubleshooting is when you're about to do the classic, you get people who do this.
Do you mind if I shuffle a pack?
Yeah, no problem at all.
Okay.
Let them shuffle. It doesn't matter. Let them shuffle. Because now, when they take the cards off you, it's like, oh wow, he's let me shuffle the pack. Now you turn them over and you actually show the spectator that they've been shuffled, and all you're doing is you clock on the top card. Swing cut, you know the 8 of spades is going to be there. You take one for me, please. And he's going to pick, with my force, his card. One more thing for the troubleshooting is the timing. So can you imagine in slow motion, that's the card you're forcing. Swing cut. If his hand comes over, if his hand's going slow, you go slow with the cards. And you give him the card, 8 of spades. Right? If he comes over quick, then you go quick. It's all on the timing.
So what kind of reactions have you had to this to people who aren't novices?
Right. Novices, magicians, best magicians in the world, right? I've done this to them, my force, and same again, they've just rubbed their head, and they went, can you do it again? I've done it again, and I've given the same card again, and they still can't understand how I'm picking it. Because what they're doing is, they're spreading a few more with their hands, and they're taking the card. But they're still taking that card. Even though they don't realise it, they're still taking that card. Which is weird, really freaks them out.
And these are people that do tricks all the time?
These are people who, from novices to magicians to
Yeah.
world famous magicians.
Is there a way you always know that on the second one they're going to go faster or they're going to go slower?
Well, on the second, when they take it again, they're not expecting for me to do the same card again. So that really wrecks their heads for them to pick the same card again.
Do you find magicians are more awkward when they're, or do they go with the trick?
No, I find it easier for a magician than a lay person.
Why?
I don't know. It's just that magicians, really, they're not trying to catch it out, if that makes sense. A lay person, they'll try and fiddle around with the cards. But a magician, he'll just go for the card, which I love because it's much easier for me. Even though they're thinking, well, hang on, I'll go a couple more. And they take the card, and then their heads are just wrecked again because they can't understand. And they'll ask you to do it again, and do it again, do it again.
Who's the best kind of person to do this trick on apart from magicians? What kind of lay person? Is there somebody that you should sort of try and pick out?
There's no, you don't know until you're starting the trick. You'll know, do you understand? That's why I explained before, if you miss, it doesn't matter. You just go on to the same card, see if you can get it. If you miss again, which I've explained, then you just go on to another trick. But there's no way you'll guess. You won't know until you've actually done the trick.
Okay.
But 9 times out of 10, you will catch people if you learn it properly.
And there's no difference between male and females, you're saying?
Men are easier than females. I don't know why, but some women, because a lot of women don't like the magic, I don't know why, they reach in and sometimes they'll just grab any card. You know, but a man, I know it sounds daft, they'll just reach in. But a woman's a bit more, they try and catch you out all the time. No disrespect to women, it's just that women are a bit harder than the men.
Men will just
I still catch them out,
Yeah.
but not as easy as the men.
More of a challenge.
More of a challenge.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. So it's good to practice with a woman. Try and if you can catch it with a woman, then you're going to do anyone.
How do you practice this by yourself?
You can't.
You can't, no.
You can't. You need
somebody.
someone else. That's why when I used to sell in the marketplace, every time, doesn't matter who come, I'd say, here, do us a favour, just pick a card. Every time. So it is good. A lot of magicians say to me, I find it hard to practice because my wife won't let me do it. So I always say, you know, well, when you're out, just try with anyone. Just say, pick a card. You know, if you're out, someone's not going to be nasty and go, no, go away. Just say, you know, I want to show you a new trick, just pick one.
What would you recommend to somebody who doesn't have that? Because obviously you've got the opportunity on the market to try it out on lots of people's...
It's going to be hard because you do need one-on-one. You have to have someone to pick a card. Otherwise, you're not going to do it.
And I guess you've got to vary it with different types of people, because otherwise you'll learn one person's picking motion, right?
You will, yeah. You'll get used to where they'll pick and then say do it again. And you'll get used to the speeds as well, like I said before, where slow or fast. Because the same person like yourself, you might do it one time and then the second time, because you're excited, you go faster. But
what do you do if you get somebody that's good, if you spread them for me and they're going, no, actually I want this one.
Right, exactly what I